Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome back. So it's been a while since I've posted. I've been very busy with a few things, but this video it was requested by another viewer of mine that said that they wanted to have some tweaks and some, advanced level play where they could tweak their artillery. So this one is a video I am making for mid to advanced level players. If you are just starting the game, this may serve as a reference or a guide, but I do not recommend that you do this right now. You can do it when you have enough stars on your Mgear, which is something that's you know going to happen eventually as you play the game. So here I have a sheet where you see a tank, a tank setup that's winning against an artillery setup. Now, granted, this one's a celestial and this one's just basic set with zeros inside of it. But the thing I want to show you guys is that check out the Mgear, right? Now this I did tell new players not to mix and match Mgears, but if you want to get one specific stat on your hero and boost that, sometimes this mixing and matching is necessary because it's very hard to get the stats that you want on your Mgear to drop. Because you're already looking for two stats that are golden, so you can keep that Mgear, and then on top of that, the specific stat that's going to drop is super rare, which is why you'll see some setups running marches like this, where you have one infantry piece, one artillery piece, and two tank pieces. But in case of X578, the thing I want to mention here is that this is giving him a boost to skill penetration and skill attack, right? Next is increase in all damage, then more increase in all damage, and more skill attack increase. So basically what you're doing is you're buffing this hero because he's going to attack 6 times in the first round and he always moves first. So what you want to do is you need to buff him as much as you want. Then you couple that thing with the Miriam and you just blast the other march away. So this is one way of running your heroes. You're min-maxing here. You're breaking away from the conventional norms that the game tells you to do. In cases like this, it's something that is going to work for you. The next thing I want to mention is that now that we've covered something that you can do with your Mgears, always remember that you need to look at your heroes' skills and everything before you mix and match those kind of Mgears on them, because there are some heroes that give damage reduction. You don't want to go for skill attack increase. If you're min and maxing, go for reduce all damage dealt. Like for someone on Magni, you don't want combat speed or stuff like that on Magni. He just gives impervious and he only has one skill that does damage. But basically Magni gives you a lot of survivability. So if you put in Mgears like reducing damage dealt to Magni, he becomes even harder to kill. So the second thing I want to talk about is the artillery setup, because this is something that was requested by the viewer of mine. So currently up to season X, this is the meta. Okay, so you have Animox. He is your main go-to guy. This is essential for artillery. Without Animox, you are not going to survive, because he gives the much needed ability to purge negative effects on your artillery heroes. Next we have Baki. So Baki is really good in a sense that he is a huge damage dealer, and he also gives a shield. So this adds both damage and survivability. The next one is Floranis. Now why I'm running Floranis instead of Sophia is because Floranis is marginally better than Sophia, and also because of the launch of X578, or Sprout as we like to call him. Floranis actually ensures that maybe your march is going to survive because of the residue leech the life leech from her vines, so the damage she deals, she also heals. So pretty much essential at this point to run Floranis. Now, if we talk artillery versus artillery, this is also a question a viewer of mine asked me. He said that his artillery was better, but why is he losing? The reason you're losing is because of combat speed. So CS is a very, very important stat on artillery. CS is something you want. Okay, combat speed, as much as you want, as high as you want, you're wanna take it, because artillery is like a glass cannon. So if you fire first, you're going to win, and that's pretty much it. Even if you are against a person that's showing all red stat but his combat speed is greater than yours, chances are his artillery could beat your artillery. So combat speed, very important stat. Try and max it out. It's drops in Mgears. It's also over here in the Meteorite labs. You know, this part over here, the instant response, this gives a lot of combat speed. So if you're now a mid to late game person that's been playing this game, I recommend that you now start going into Star Surge. If you are new, like if you have only 100 million power, you're just going to get bounced around like a ping pong ball over there. Don't do that at that point. You can do it once you're decently sized and you have a good march to defend yourself, so you can actually farm the ionic cores. Otherwise you're just there to feed people. So instant response from over here, from Mgears, from the other artifacts in Meteorite labs, from research, make sure your combat speed stat is super high. Next thing I want to tell you is that you can run Sophia in artillery versus artillery. I found that Sophia is a bit better performing than Floranis when you're doing artillery versus artillery, because she is unleashing stats like skills alongside another artillery hero's onslaught skills. So that's more damage dealt. That's again, if you're hitting more versus another artillery, chances are you're going to win out. So I hope that this helps you. And the last tip I want to give you is about the T-frame. So currently I'm running Doomsday, but you can see that my massive blade is at level 9. It's almost capped. I switched turbocharge. Turbocharge is like, the first thing that you make. It's super easy to make, but once you should replace it. It's the weakest one out of all the legendaries that are available to you. Massive blade is for artillery because this will boost physical damage. High temperature cutter is for either tank or infantry. This can be for any of them, but I run this on the setup in which I have my Magni. So I hope that these tips are helpful to you guys. They help you out, and if this video was helpful to you, do leave a like, comment, subscribe. Have a fantastic day. I'll see you around.